As I say, I must say yes because you're smiling.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
You've just spent way too much money on an E39.
Explain to the audience why you've just done what you've done.
One, because I'm what you would call a car guy, so it's very easy to spend a lot of money, or more money than you should on a car.
Yep.
But this particular car, the E39 M5, I've wanted one for a very long time.
How long? Because some people probably don't know how old you are.
No. Multiple decades.
I can remember 2001 watching a Tiff Nadell video.
Oversteer.
And
Yes.
you losing your mind. And I think you were like, I don't know, you were 10 or 11 years old or something.
There was that, and then not long after that, you then saw the Mr. Alex with his E39 Polizei M5.
His gumball assault car.
Which again was just incredible. The same vehicle again, years later, his documentary came out about setting that record. Again, it's just the perfect car for going quick with friends, etc., etc. And even the BMW adverts, do you remember the one where they had, it was the Thrust SSC, I think, setting the world's land speed record?
Yep.
And it's being filmed from the outside and it stops and then goes, which, by the way, Ford with their XR8U literally copied that same advert years later, but it pulls over and it's an E39 M5 following it. And then, so yeah, years later, I needed a drive car. The next best thing is an E39 540. Got one of them. Then I was like, because the E39 M5 came out quite a few years later after the Jag XJR and stuff, and the E55 had come out. So the later model 540s were a bit closer to the M5. So then I got one of those as well.
And then you got another one.
Yeah, but it was...
And then you bought a parts car. So you have three E39s at the moment.
Yeah, because I wanted that M5, but I couldn't afford one, really.
And then last week, browsing the auctions down in Sydney, you saw...
The perfect opportunity.
In seconds, you're going to know if you own a car that you shouldn't be buying. As I say, I must say yes because you're smiling.
I don't know if this is good or bad.
You've just spent way too much money on an E39.
On 4 E39s.
And initially you were looking at it as a parts car, really.
Yeah, well, I've already got multiple E39 chassis. One of mine has quite high kilometres, so I could take that S62, manual transmission and diff, bang it in my shell, and I've got my M5 that isn't an M5, so I can drive it and, you know, do what I want with it.
But now they've seen that you won the auction, Dave, shall we go and show them what it looks like? Because it's probably going to be here any minute.
It will be, yeah. He said it'll be about here now, so let's see how good a condition it is in.
In a few minutes, you're going to know whether you've completely done your nut on the most expensive, smashed up E39 M5
Why are you going to say
in the world.
Why are you going to say it like that? But no, essentially you are right. It made its way up from Sydney to the Gold Coast yesterday, or the day before, and today it was picked up by Ra, and he's going to drop it off here.
What you guys probably don't realise is the pictures that we've seen at the auction really don't let us know much about the car. I'm sure we would have flashed them up already at this point, but Dave's nervous. In 5 minutes you'll know if you've bought an okay car, because the engine could be knackered.
Yeah, but it should be fine, because you don't supercharge your S62.
And not look after it.
Yeah, if there's any noises or anything, if anything's weird, you're not going to throw a supercharger on it.
No.
So that's the whole premise. That's why I was happy to.
And the fact it's got the race seat in it.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's been used, but it should have been used and maintained.
Well, yeah, if somebody wanted to rape a car, they would buy a
335.
Yeah, something a little bit more common, not an E39 M5. So that's I'm trying to convince myself that's why I got out of control and kept bidding.
It's here, Dave. Did you know it's got a dent in the back?
Not on this side, it's sweet.
Looks good on this side.
Dude, the brakes.
Has it got brakes?
Big ones.
Holy shit. Hey, good, I'm Andrew.
Oh, right, mate.
Nice to meet you. That's David.
He's David. How you doing, dude?
Very,
Oh, there's fucking bog up there.
so it's been,
noticed
well, it got written off in 13,
Oh,
didn't
of
it?
course, yeah. Holy shit, so it's had 2 big rear enders.
So, what are you doing with it?
David's got a problem. He's got 3 of these. None of the M's though. So he's bought it for the drivetrain.
But
Wanted
then,
to strip it.
but
Pretty
then I
much.
thought, if it's only a rear ender and a really light impact on the
No.
front,
But you don't know about New South Wales, do you?
It's
Oh.
not on the register.
yeah, not
Oh,
on the
it's not
registry
on the register.
because it's old. It's past
See,
the.
that's a bit... I'd have a double check of that. Because everything in New South Wales is a stat write-off.
Yes, yeah. But apparently this was never.
Never done.
Yeah. It's on the.
Stolen and recovered.
What brakes are they? I don't know. They're big, but they
They don't look like Brembos.
They-
but they do.
They're Chinese-looking
Yeah,
things.
they're a bit too fluorescent.
Nice 2-piece rotors.
It's got the BC coilovers on the 8.
Oh, awesome.
When they loaded it on, I could see underneath with the forklift.
Oh, yeah.
Pull it.
Yep.
I was wondering if it was bent.
Is it wedged? Is it?
Yeah, because I tried to fucking jump. Well, I tried to
Lots of
start
gauges.
It.
Yep.
Like,
Doesn't run.
well, no,
I
they
wouldn't,
wouldn't
yeah.
jump start me at the storage yard.
All right, well, let's get it off and we'll have a closer look.
Yeah.
So it's off the trailer, Dave.
It's actually I like it from this side.
This side, it looks all good, especially if I don't show the boot. What are your initial thoughts?
Well, a few huge positives.
It's got big brakes.
It's got a few goodies actually that I was sort of hoping for, because the pictures were so bad. You could sort of you could just see it had some sort of suspension on the engine bay pick,
Yep.
but it does have BC coilovers, so that's good. And they seem to be fine. Nothing. They don't seem to be bent. It's steering fine coming off the trailer, so that's a win. But damage is probably worse than I.
Was expecting. You were starting to hope this might be repairable.
Yeah, I couldn't see, and obviously they don't tell you how bad the damage is, but the front, it's bad.
So it's hit the corner here, obviously, this comes out, this goes in, this comes out. We did know this car was written off in 2013, so I'm guessing the 4 inches of bog here are from when that was repaired back then.
Yeah.
It's a bit shit, had a shitty repair.
But it's definitely squashed that whole rear quarter inch.
Can't even open that door.
Door is wedged shut,
And that door, the back door hits the front door. So
so it's now pushed that into the front door.
but we sort of expected that much damage. What we were hoping that it was going to have a good floor plan in here, because you need that.
Yes.
You needed to fit this to
Into
the 540.
Exactly. But she's pretty bent up.
She's twisted.
And you can see that they've assessed it obviously, and they've marked all the damage. But yeah, they just don't show any pictures in the.
Well, you did ring them, and they're like, "Oh, we can only see what's on the picture on the screen."
Yeah.
Useless. Front right wheel's damaged.
That's a bugger. So these wheels, they are genuine E39 M5 wheels, but they're not a normal set. They're all rears.
So that's why it's got dish on the front, which they don't normally have.
So it looks tough, looks great stance and everything, but it's got some nasty gutter rash on this right and left. So normally with a normal alloy wheel, that would finish up pretty easy, but because of the shadow chrome finish on the BMW wheels, that's gonna be an expensive repair. And I've heard sometimes if you do only one, it'll look different to the other 3. But the other 3 are perfect.
I wonder, the rego number on the auction was.
It was
a famous rego.
It was M5. It was 00 M5, which is the same as that crazy guy
There it is.
in Georgia or something.
00 M500,
That's it.
which is the mad YouTube
Drift sensation
M5.
in his E34.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely a fan. Unfortunately, the battery is completely dead. We do have a jump pack, but I think we need to try and get a good battery in it before we even try and start it, because it's not going to run properly if the battery's dicky. So we'll stick it on charge. We were getting impulsive, but we have an issue with trying to start it right now. The thermo fan, hopefully it's not too dark, is actually hitting the water pump. Can you hold the bonnet? And I just want to put a light on to show the guys. Oh, we did know it had a supercharger. I can't remember if we mentioned that on the video. We could see that in the
You
option.
could see that, yeah.
But yeah, you can see the water pump. So we need to get some clearance there before we even try and start it. So maybe for tonight, we'll stick it on charge. It is low on oil.
Yeah, that's a bugger. We'll try and
good.
find out where that oil is leaking from, because it could be something. It could be one of these external oil coolers.
Yeah, there's actually oil on the
trailer.
trailer.
Somebody has some money on it. It's such a shame to see the car like this, especially this type of car.
I wonder if anyone would know the history on the car.
It's got it with an E39 M5, supercharged in Australia, running BCs. Did you see in the boot all of the modules,
All the stereos
all the head
gone.
units, the GP, everything's gone.
It's had some serious
And
weight reduction.
gauges. It's got gauges where so somebody with bucket seats, somebody's trying to save weight. Somebody has done some serious work to this thing. I mean, this car.
Gear knob's worn.
It
no
is
good.
the bugger.
Ride it off.
Oh wow, that is dry. That is really.
Gauges they are.
It's really crusty.
Interesting to see what they were monitoring. It's got an AM, AFR gauge.
Yeah.
It's got some cool stuff. Look, when David won the auction a week ago, it's only a week. It took a week to get it from Sydney. It's not too bad. When David won the auction a week ago, we tried to search and find this car online. You can't find anything about it. The only post I could find from searching the number plate, there was like a group that was set out to celebrate the dude overseas that used to have the E34. Yeah. And there was one photo of this car, which I'll flash up now. So guys, if you know what this car is, if you know the history on it, please let us know below. We'd like to know where it's come from. We know it's got 300,000 Ks.
Yeah, just over actually.
It's got some good mileage. We know it's got the supercharger. It's got the Chinese brakes.
Yeah, big brakes, whatever they are. Hopefully they're good. Nice rotors at least.
Well, I assume they're Chinese because there's no logos on them and they're pink.
They're very shiny, yeah. But yeah, a car that's been driven that much and that modified, it's going to have been to shows. It's going to have to be on. It's going to be on drives. There's some great roads down in Sydney. I'm guessing if this is a Sydney car, some people are going to have to know it. So if you do know the history or what has actually been done to it, let us know. Yeah.
All right. And also, if there's something like, we're probably going to check the oil. Well, sorry, put some oil in it, try and find that leak, and then try and start it tomorrow. Yeah, so if you watch this, give us a shout out if there's something we need to check before we do too much with this engine. Like, I've never owned a supercharged car before.
No.
Do we need to check this? I don't know.
I don't.
Let us know. We need some help on this one.
We'll work it out, but yeah.
I guess we've got to work out what you're going to do with it. You're going to try and fix this? Or are you going to put it in the other shell?
I was hoping to repair it and have an M5. The more I look at it, it's not looking plausible, is it?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Look, thank you very much for watching. We're going to play with this. It's friggin' cool, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.